All right, I'll have to. I think I can do it for 200 and. Hey, 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 hey!
Welcome, foolish mortals. I spontaneously made reservations to go to Universal Studios at the end of Florida, February. So John's trying to figure out if he can come.
Yeah, it looks like it's about 260 plus tax. So I can for 2 days, 2 days, two parks. So I think I will be joining you, Chris.
That'd be awesome. Because neither of us have been yet.
No, I haven't been. I have not been to Universal Studios, so this will be some good fun. Because I want to see the Jurassic Park stuff and the Harry Potter stuff. So yeah, what I think I'll do is, since you're arriving on Sunday, I'll get there Monday morning. Or heck, I could even arrive there later Sunday night and just. You said I could stay there, right?
Oh yeah, I got a room, so you're more than welcome.
Yeah, I mean, if you can deal with me snoring, I think I snore a little bit, but
I know I do, so
it will be fine. Okay. Yeah, so then maybe I will come down. Maybe I'll come over there Sunday night, like in the evening, and then we got all day Monday and Tuesday to do the parks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be great. We can. There's all kinds of stuff to do, so that'd be great.
Let me see. Can this tighten up anymore? How much do I?
Well, everybody, if you would like to join us in building, you are more than welcome. There's a link at the top. I'm trying to figure out my positioning for all my stuff. I haven't built here in a while.
I'm attempting to get this. Yeah, I think I bought the wrong one. It's not. There's a ball joint on this thing, and I don't think it holds that well. So I might have to. I might have to
add one outside, but I forgot to bring it in. So I've literally taped one to a holder. Hey, John, how's it going? Not you, John. The other John Couch.
Oh, hey, John.
Orlando, how you doing?
So, Chris, if you don't mind,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to add a second camera to this. If you don't.
No, go ahead. I don't. I ain't fancy to do a second camera.
So where's my? Here we go.
Hippity doo, how you doing?
Yeah, I was just playing a game with Chip, and then my alarm went off 10 minutes till Chris, and I'm like, oh crap, we got to get out of here.
I've got to get on and play some Diablo with you guys again. I love that game, and where did I put those pieces? I kind of falling behind, I think. So, and you were saying you had some level 20,000 guy come help you out
in Diablo. Yeah. We were Chip and I were just playing some Call of Duty, but yeah, I was like, we got to get to an extraction zone because you can't just leave Call of Duty in the DMZ. You've got to get to the chopper and extract, or else you lose all the equipment on your guy.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get over to this helicopter, and these people jump out and shoot us, and we end up dying anyway. So we're like, crap. It's just and Chip's like, they made this game harder again, didn't they? And I'm like, I think so. They keep doing that. It's like oh, it's not hard enough. Everyone on, we're watching live streams and everyone's living, so we want everyone to die. So
exactly.
is that the wrong way?
Stickers.
It's right. Okay, here we go.
Clock.
We're gonna go around this way.
Dippity, no, I did not. But however, my roommate did, and he really loved it. He said that Last of Us is stuck pretty close to the thing.
See, now my brother complained that it's too far of a departure from the game.
Oh yeah.
He was like, I don't understand why they can't do these things just like the game. The game had a perfect story. But he said it was still pretty good. He wasn't like
it?
Yeah. Ugh. Okay, is that working?
I see you.
It's not the right side though. There we go. All right. That kind of works. Okay. You still hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So you know what, Chris, have you seen this yet?
I have not yet seen that. Was that a Target?
Was it Target or Walmart? I don't know. I ran across the box and in the shipper box in the store. So I said, Transformers Retro, what is this? So I opened up the box and inside it were these Transformers the movie, but it's the retro figure.
Yeah.
But not in a retro box. I mean, this is a new style box.
So, well, yeah, it's supposed to be him from the movie.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't make the old box because they'd have to put a.
Did we totally lock up? Okay, just that. So I just grabbed. They're $30. So I just got. I thought I would get one just to have it. I don't think I'm going to open it. I'm just going to leave it. But speaking of retro, this should be. I think this is my retro Star Wars.
Ooh.
So I'm going to open this Target box real quick, if you don't mind.
Oh, go ahead.
And then I'll get into the Jurassic Park Lego. Yeah, this is. Oh, they put a freaking sticker on. What the hell?
Ugh.
These bastards. Look at that. Why put a sticker on my card back? Like, what the hell?
Well,
So I got purple. And I got. Oh, damn it. They're the same ones. I got purple and purple.
Yeah.
And the previous one that I got from the UK is yellow. So does anybody want a purple? And I'll make a trade. We can trade a purple for a different color here. You know. I was hoping I'd get different colors, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, at least that sticker's not too hard to take off.
Yeah, does it just peel right up?
It should just peel right off. If it doesn't, just take a lighter to it, just over it a little bit.
Oh, these are yeah, they're not.
Yeah, they're not real.
They're not sticky stickers. Yeah, they're not sticky stickers. So yeah, Geek Strong. Any of you guys out there? Is Geek Strong even watching? If any of you guys are out there and you want,
he said he was driving home.
If you want to get one of these in purple,
hey Zentry, what's up?
If you want to get one of these in purple, I would love to trade for a different. So I have yellow body. I've got one with a yellow body and a red head, and then I've got purple with an orange head and an extra purple with orange head. I was hoping I would get different colors, but they just made me 2 of the same ones. So if anybody out there, either A, you just didn't get it, you can't find them, and you really need one, we can work something out. I'm willing to let one of these purple ones go. Or if you've got a different color that you want to trade straight up for purple to whatever color you got, we can do that too. So let me know. We'll put this one up for grabs. If anyone wants to do a trade or needs one, let me know and we'll work something out. Because I definitely don't need two of the same color.
No.
But yeah. So let's get into. But they're cool. I like them. I'm glad I got them.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park. I got a Jeep. A Jeep and a Triceratops to do.
Cool.
And I guess there's a little 4-wheeler thing or something. So it's got Triceratops, Claire Deering, Franklin Webb. Who the hell is Franklin Webb?
He must be a new character.
The guard and a guard. 2 guards. Oh, and Franklin must be that. Do you remember when they were in the place where the water was pouring down and that little pointy T-Rex type thing came after him and they had to run up that ladder and it was like biting at him? That computer whiz kid must be Franklin.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, there was a computer whiz kid in that. How does this one open? Is it just... What the crap? Oh, it says open over here. Okay. What the hell? Why isn't this one like just taped shut like a normal box?
They don't tape anymore.
I guess not.
They all have those pushy things on the side.
Yeah, it was funny. So I just had a corporate meeting earlier today with some of the guys from Denmark, and so what happens is the main guys in Denmark get on the call, and then we have corporate guys here in the United States in like Connecticut or somewhere, where they have all those corporate headquarters.
Uh-huh.
And then they get on the call, and then we get all of us merchandisers for certain areas. So today was for Florida, for our area, so they can tell us what's coming up and everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we can show you what's coming out in February because that's been okayed by the corporation. You know what I mean? Like, it's not secret anymore. But we can't.
All over YouTube.
Yeah, but they go, we can't really show you what's coming out in March or in the summer because it's still secret, And I said, well, if you go on such and such a YouTube channel, you can see it right now. And I was like, so and I put in the chat, I put the link to the YouTube video, and the guy in Denmark in charge of all this stuff, his face went like, I'm serious. It changed from a normal complexion to almost white as a ghost. Like, it's like I rarely see someone actually change colors, but he did. He actually went white as a ghost and is like, how the hell are these YouTube guys getting stuff? He goes, I haven't even seen pictures of what's coming in the summer. And you're saying he has it. I go, yeah, he's got all the box art and everything up there,
Yeah.
I'm like, so I know everything that's coming in the summer already, because these YouTubers got it. And he's like, what the crap, like...
John, I don't have space, so I break mine back down for the moment and put them back in the boxes. Actually, I put them in storage bags.
Yeah. Some of them I do, but some of them I don't. It just depends on... Wow, I do actually have to build the dinosaur. It's all in parts here. Look at that.
Does somebody on Sesame Street have a dinosaur? Because I got this.
We have a little raptor.
Have raptors invaded Sesame Street?
Maybe they have, huh? And then the other thing I love it about these calls is, haven't we learned by now, hasn't everybody been on enough Zoom calls and things like that to where I swear there was one lady on the call that every time she clicked on her video to talk to us, because what we do is there'll be like 20 or 30 people on the call, and not everybody's video will be up on the screen. And we click off our video so that we click off our sound when we're not talking. And then someone uses this little symbol that makes it look like you're raising your hand. You know what I mean? And then when they go, okay, Mr. Adams, you can talk, and we click our sound and video on, and it pulls us up to the screen, and we can all talk. Well, the girl gets up on the screen, and she's like this. And I was wondering, like, what's going on with the blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, haven't you been out enough to not? Like, why are you that close to that?
You know, I think the same thing when I watch, like, the Oscars and the Emmys, and every one of those actors bends down into the microphone. Do they not understand how mics work?
So we're just looking up this girl's nose and she's trying to talk to us, and I'm going, come on, you had to have done this 100 times by now because of the lockdown.
That's crazy.
And I don't know how the corporate guys can keep it together. Like I'm sitting here at home laughing my ass off, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Martha, that's right. Yeah, oh absolutely." And I'm going, "Aren't they? What? Like, I'm not. That wasn't her name. I just made up a name because I don't want to like throw anyone under the bus. You know.
Why did you say that name?
Yeah.
Why did you say Martha?
So here's the little Triceratops head.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Orlando, thank you as always for posting stuff. I love those little Lego dinosaurs.
Well, this is bigger than I thought it was going to be. All right, which is the back legs and which are front legs? So I'm going to guess the bigger ones go in the back. See, look, he's as big as my hand.
Wow, he's huge.
Yeah.
Martha knows now.
Yeah, not like anyone at Lego's going to be watching your stream. Oh my God, John made fun of us on a...
Hey, what are you trying to say? I'm trying to be a Lego ambassador, good Lego ambassador, so I get free stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I forgot about that. That's right. So maybe they will watch this stream. They'll be like, he's making fun of corporate meetings. What is going on? The gall of this guy. Fire him.
Okay, what are those? Starting not to like these instructions. All these brown pieces look alike and are on a black background. Sometimes it's hard to see. It's honestly slowed me down quite a bit in my building.
The dino's cool. It doesn't even really look like Lego. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's something you'd get out of a Mattel set or something.
Gotta turn on a light here. I gotta see a little bit better. There we go. So
Thunder snow. Nice. We're supposed to get 14 inches of snow overnight, maybe.
Thunder, 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 snow.
Is it? Oh, Ratchet and Clank set would be awesome.
So there's Claire. Claire is done.
Claire. Oh, hell. I gotta build another one of these.
She's scared to death. Okay, and Claire can have a stick with a little grabber thing on it and a carrot.
I hate when I get through all these instructions and then it's like, oh yeah, and build another one. Well, they did say anywhere from 4 to 14 inches of snow. So they kind of, spread their money around.
So if a dinosaur is a vegetarian, I think she needs a longer stick. She's supposed to put the carrot out in front and he'll walk towards it, right?
Yeah.
But never get to it. So she needs a longer stick.
Needs grab a fishing pole from one of those sets.
Or is she not supposed to be riding it? Am I doing it wrong? Is she supposed to be standing in front of it and trying to feed it?
Yeah, walking in front.
But I wanted to make her ride it. I would ride a Triceratops if they were real.
Heck yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why I have that theme song in my head.
Thunder Snow.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, right?
Yeah, if anybody else wants to build with us, go ahead and click in. Everybody's welcome. You don't even have to build if you don't want. If you just want to hang out and talk. I don't even know how many snowplows do you guys have? It's like when Atlanta gets snow and it just destroys them because they don't even have any snowplows.
Oh, that's how it was in Seattle. Yeah, they didn't really have a fleet of snowplows. There was like one. So they'd be like, we're slowly getting around to all the neighborhoods, like
secretly hoping it'll just rain or get warm enough that they don't have to.
Yeah. I remember one year it snowed so much that when it snows in Seattle, no one works. It just shuts down basically.
Yeah.
Because you can't, an inch of snow and they're like, we're not driving in this. Are you crazy? And, but one year there was so much that we were snowboarding on the road in front of our house. We just strapped on our snowboards and went down the hill, right out front of our home. It was like,
John, I would if Alabama got any real measurable snow, I would completely believe in all of climate change. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I was watching. I can't remember what the show is called, Hometown or something like that. It's one of those house building shows, and it's in Laurel, Mississippi, and they'd gotten some snow down there, and it drove them nuts. But boy, it was real pretty.
do you ever look at the picture when you're building Lego and it says I need to add this piece and it says I need to add this piece to it. Okay, so I've got the two pieces here that I need to add, but they're not in the picture. Like, where did they put them? You know what I mean? You got to look at the picture before, and you go, okay, there's the one before, and here's the picture after they put those parts on, and I don't see those parts. where, where, where are they supposed to go?
Oops.
Oh, they're under there. Okay, they go. Well, you could have flipped it over. They should have flipped it around in the picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They go.
There's a complaints department you can call.
Apparently, yeah. And this goes on there.
That's actually kind of nice, John. Right after Christmas. I don't mind snow. I really don't. It's just,
No, I don't mind it in that, especially if I can get out of work. If I was in an area with snow and I could get out of work, I never really minded getting out of work.
It will be annoying at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning getting up and driving in it.
Some of my funnest memories as a kid are when there was like tons of snow, like teenager time,
Yeah.
I just remember like whenever there was like you'd hear it on the news, like when we lived in upstate New York where I grew up, it was farm country pretty much, so they were like, I worked at McDonald's at the time, and they'd be like, I remember the big one of the big ones. I was at McDonald's, and they're like, okay, the storm is coming in. We're gonna close the store. Everybody go home. And we're there, and I tell my friends at the store, okay, here's the plan. We're all gonna go to Steve's sister's house because she's got a big like 3-story house. It'll fit us all. And if we get snowed in and locked in there, we'll just have like a party for like 3 or 4 days or however long we're locked in, And hey, Chip, how you doing?
Hey guys, how you doing today?
Oh my gosh, you got a lightsaber.
Yeah, I'm gonna
do
the lightsaber.
That's one of the new ones. Yeah.
Oh, Luke.
Yeah.
Figure might as well.
So we tell everybody at work, and then I tell I call up a few friends, and I'm like sitting at work in the office, like calling people from McDonald's saying, get over to Steve's sister's house. We're all going to hang out there, And of course, Matt goes home. He leaves the job and he goes home. And Brian and I leave and we go to Steve's sister's house, and Wendy leaves and goes over there, and like Jill and April and Mike shows up, and like Scott shows up, and Andy shows up, and we're like, where's Matt? What's going on? What the heck happened to Matt? And Brian's like, Matt went home for something. I don't know. And the snowstorm hits, right? And we lose power, so we got candles lit all over the house, and we're having a blast, like playing board games and talking, drinking, everything's going on, you know what I mean? Next morning, we wake up the next morning, and we look out the window and we can't see on the first floor. We look out the windows and we can't see anything. It's just a complete whiteout. And we're like, what the hell? And Steve opens the door to his sister's house, and it's a literal wall of snow all the way up over the doorway. So we got so much snow that the whole first story was buried. So our cars that were in the driveway or out by the road that were parked are now completely buried. And we get this phone call, and it's Matt. Oh, I didn't make it last night. You guys have to come get me. And we're like, come get you? We can't even see out. There isn't even a way to get out of the house. We have to jump off the 2nd-story windows or something to get out. Like, how are we going to come get you? And he goes, I got trapped here last night. I shouldn't have come home. We were like, yeah, we told you to come over to the house, And he's the only one not at the party. He's like, who's there? We're like, everybody, So it's like, you're the idiot that went home. Like, why did you do that? A snowstorm, a blizzard was coming. Like, we had this plan, So of course, the being the age we are, we're like, all right, we'll come get you. We'll figure it out, So we dig these trenches in the snow and find one of the cars, and then we dig around the car, and we dig a little path to the road, and we're like, okay, we could get one car out and get to the road, and we're like, and then we dig like an area that we can build up speed, and we take off and like plow through this big like snow drifts of snow. And my friend in the passenger seat's like, just keep going. And I'm driving the thing, and he's like, it's like going all over. We're like making it through and bouncing all through these snow drifts and things. And he goes, if you don't stop, we won't get stuck. Just keep going, you know. And we make it down the road around the corner to the next town, and we get over to Matt's house, and his dad's got the whole driveway plowed, the road plowed by his place. He's like, oh, hey, how you guys doing? We're like, we're here to get Matt. And then the same thing happened. Like his dad plowed like all the way down the road so that we could build up speed. And then we just like bounced over all the snow drifts all the way back to Steve's sister's house. And got Matt there, and Matt, we were like, you idiot, look what we had to go through to get you. And then we were locked in the house for like 3 or 4 days like we thought, and just we had this big party. It was awesome. It was just like 10 or 15 of all of us friends just hanging out during the lockdown for the snow, you know.
Yeah.
So I used to love the snow, you know, that just having that kind of fun with your friends. Of course, we almost burnt the place down. That also happened. It was funny. The one guy, Mike was a firefighter, and this is the worst thing. I mean, like, so he used to always rub it in too. He'd be like, you know, we'd be at a party or we'd be out at a bar or some club or something, and we'd meet somebody new, and Mike be like, hey, how you doing? I'm a firefighter. You know, like you're like, you know, trying to see if the girls would be all like, ooh, you're a hero. And of course, it never really worked. You know, we were always like, oh, Mr. Firefighter, here we go again. You know, like, and so it's like we all fall asleep at Steve's sister's house there, you know, and I'm in the kitchen. I guess like a lot of people fell asleep, but I'm in the kitchen with my friend Andrew, and I think Scott was in there, and there was one of the girls, and we're all talking and just hanging out, playing a game or doing something. And all of a sudden we see this flickering light, like coming from in the living room area. And I'm like, that's not right. What's going on in there? So we walk into the living room, and there's Mike asleep on the couch with his blankets like half off him onto the floor. And the coffee table and his blanket and the floor is on fire. Just like, whoosh, you know? And we're like, Mr. Firefighter, wake up, you know? Like, you know, how can the firefighter let a fire light right up next to him, you know? And he wakes up and he's like, oh shit, what the hell's going on? You know, like, and we're like, what do we do? And he's like, I don't know, call the fire department. You are the fire department, you idiot. You know, we're like, you know, and we ended up like getting buckets of water and dumping it all over the place. We had to like pay for her carpet. Because, by the way, Steve's sister was not home. She was in some other state, by the way. And she was in another state, and Steve had strict rules not to use the house and not to have a party.
Not the party. Yeah.
So we were like, well, we can't really hide this anymore. Like, there's clear evidence since we burnt the carpet and the coffee table. So apparently there were candles on the coffee table, and they had burnt all the way down.
Oh.
And then, of course, once they got burnt all the way down, somehow they broke the candle holder that they were in, and it shattered that, and then they lit the place on fire. So I guess the lesson is don't leave your candles burning without supervision. Because if we had all fallen asleep, the house probably would have went down, right? Luckily, some of us were awake to see this and save the day. But yeah, Mike never lived it down after that. We were like, Mr. Firefighter had no idea what to do. First, let a fire start near him, and then secondly, he had no idea what to actually do when the fire was started. He literally did nothing. Like, we all took care of it. He just stood there like, how'd you guys know to do that? We're like, you idiot. Like,
How do you not?
yeah, how do you not? Yeah. We had a large number of like massive parties growing up. That was the beauty of living on a farm. I had a little book. I was like the guy that, my friends would call and be like, "Okay, we want to have a party. John, get out your little book and call everyone you know." I had a little notebook, and it literally, I think there was like 200 or 300 phone numbers in it from people I had met from all over the place. So if someone said it's a party and it's unlimited, call everyone, I would end up getting at least 100 people to show up at your party, And the first one was at my house. My dad went to Germany for a business trip, and he was like, of course he was like, don't have a party, don't do anything. But he left me like a few $100s to like get food and have stuff. So my friend Jared and I went out to the store and we bought like a whole bunch of drinks and food and stuff. And then we set up an entire band. We went into the house, and the first thing we did was we took one of the bedrooms and we took the doorknobs off the bedroom door. And then we put every single valuable that was in the house. Like we took all the pictures off the walls that were in glass frames and stuff. We took everything out of the house, everything out of my dad's bedroom so nothing would get stolen. And we put it all in this one room, shut the doors, locked it, and took the doorknobs off so that no one could get into it during the party.
Oh, geez.
And then we cleared out the whole kitchen. So there was no dining room table, no nothing. The kitchen was completely empty. And we set up a drum set, and there was 2 guitars and a bass guitar with all the amps and everything. And then we put there was a whole like counter like long thing. We put a Sega Genesis, we put a Nintendo, an Atari 2600, and a Super Nintendo, all hooked up to televisions, all in a row. And then we just had like this, this massive party, and it went for like 4 or 5 days long, nonstop, 24 hours a day for 4 or 5 days, nonstop. People were coming and going, partying, drinking. We had a golf cart outside that people were like going around the fields with, and we had our 4-wheeler that people were going around the fields with. And by the end of the 4 days, the field had no more grass. It was a muddy pit of massive despair. And my dad got home and he's like, "What happened to the field?" We're like, yeah, a couple people came over and we rode the 4-wheeler around. And then like I'm sitting up in my room playing games or something, and my dad comes upstairs and he's holding on to like the upper bikini part of the girl's bikini, and he goes, why was this over the curtain rack? I leaned back in my recliner, looked up, and this was hanging over the rack of the curtains in the living room, and I'm going, "Oh, that's Valerie's." And I was like, oops. Okay, I had a few people over. He's like but he didn't do anything, He was like, "Well, it's not completely destroyed, so whatever." I love how we had rules, but I never really got in trouble for breaking them. You know what I mean? It was like,
True.
My dad was pretty lenient.
Yes, make sure you always clean up. Isn't that always the way it is in those 80s movies? They throw a party and they forget one little thing.
Mm-hmm.
That gets them busted.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's supposed to be a tranquilizer gun or something?
Yes.
Boom. Like that's the giant tranquilizer dart. So
dinosaurs.
he's probably got to ride the 4-wheeler around. He's like, oh, we're gonna get in the 4-wheeler and shoot the dart at the dinosaurs. Okay, we got to do this piece and this piece. In this piece. Did you play any more, Chip, or did you just...
No, not yet. No.
You just got off and then came on this?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Figured I'd, come join and, hang out.
Ooh, what is that?
This is a catalog from 1986 I found while I was cleaning.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I got to mail you your castle. It's still sitting there ready to go, and I didn't actually put it in the post.
Okay, Salacious.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And you have the proper use of Legos where a girl is allowed to play with Duplo, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Just boys. I found a couple of those catalogs here and there.
That's really cool.
That one, too.
Oh, the space Lego. Oh, I remember the airplane. Yeah. And the barn. I remember the barn set. Yeah, I remember I wanted one of those airport sets when I was a kid. I was like, can I have the airplane? And they were like, no, it's too much. Oh, look at that. Look at all those horses. Look at all the horses.
Yeah.
Did you get that many with one set, or is that a couple little sets? That's okay. So there's 3 little sets and 1 big castle set.
You got 3 horses with this one set.
Yeah. Wow.
And you got 4 horses with the castle lion. Then horses were separate. And then you could buy packs of dudes.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Jeez. Just minifigure packs that are like 10 minifigures. That's cool.
And then the brilliant space stuff.
Yeah. They need to do more of that nowadays where they just sell packs of figures. You know, like trooper figures like that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, there's the walker thing that Matt has.
The walker was cool.
Yeah.
And the electronic sound ones.
Wow. They look like Starcom vehicles.
Yeah. You could buy plates and trees and signs.
Jeez.
I just realized I didn't even have my microphone anywhere near me. I wonder if anybody could hear me.
We can still hear you. Yeah, we can still hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Shell station.
Oh, it's an actual shell, too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then there's the barn and the home sets.
Yeah, I remember the barn one. I wanted the barn, too. Because we lived on a farm. I was like, oh, I gotta have the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then the boats.
They really float.
Did they?
Yeah, they really float. A lot of the boats really float. Yeah.
Really?
If you put the pieces together tight enough.
Yeah.
What the crap? They're like little elephants and bunnies and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that a little mouse? Wow. What the hell?
Yeah, cool set. Oh, I remember the UFO sets. Those were cool too.
Yeah.
I have a UFO set. One of the girls in my that works for Lego in my group down here, she found one somewhere down south for like $10. It's like the black and neon green UFO ones. Do you remember
Yeah.
those? And she's like, "Hey John, are you familiar with this? Do you want this set?" And I was like, "What is it?" She goes, "It's only like $10. I can pick it up for you. It's never been opened." And I was like, "Hell yeah, grab it!" And I think it's been a year. I think then we went into lockdown, and it's been that long. And I'm like, "Do you still have it?" She's like, "Yeah, it's in the closet, waiting for you." So I got to get down there someday and like get it from her and pay her back.
Done?
Nope, not yet.
What?
Yeah. She's asking if I'm done yet.
She wants to see the lightsaber all completed.
Yes, she bought it for me for Christmas. So and I
Wow.
was waiting for a Salacious Rum show. And
You show them the other thing that you got for Christmas?
oh, no, I didn't show him the other thing.
Oh, well, let's see. Hang on. Oh, I forgot to put me back down.
That's okay. I'll try to show you guys, but
Ooh.
Oh, the big R2D2.
yeah.
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 Look at that.
Yeah. All set.
Oil.
Spoiled, as my wife said. Yes.
What is
Very
it with
much.
you and this like nifty sidebar you got there with your face inside the little cutout of your logo, and it's a Lego sidebar? Mr. Fancy Pants here.
I was trying to get all professional for, the Lego studs and
Mr.
That OSB or
yeah, using OBS stuff. Yeah.
OBS? Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to figure that out.
Mr. Fancy Pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, I am building the Sesame Street playset. Chip is building a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
And John is building the Jurassic Park set.
Yeah, with a dinosaur.
Dinosaurs.
A dinosaur.
Ever tell you about the guy, a friend of mine who doesn't believe in dinosaurs?
What? You can go to a museum and see them.
No, they're all fake.
Mm.
Dinosaurs did not exist.
So what is at the museum? A bunch of stuff
Okay.
people made up?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my lord.
He also refuses to watch any movie that's in black and white.
Well, because that's in the past. I mean, in the past, everything was in black and white.
He doesn't think that they, actually could make good movies back then. So, like, what? You haven't heard of Gone with the Wind or The Wizard of Oz or those are in color. Oh,
Well, Wizards of Oz is half color, maybe.
that's what I said. I said, oh well, it doesn't start in color.
So only the part in color is good. The other half is terrible.
Yeah.
Casablanca, I love Casablanca. That's one of my.
Yeah.
And I loved Hepburn films. I was always both of them, the mom and the daughter, Audrey and Catherine. I used to love watching those. It's like so good. Do you ever have this thing where like most of your friends they're not like into the, you know what I mean? And then I met this girl in Seattle named Anna, and Anna she also loved Catherine and especially Audrey Hepburn. And there was a film festival in town, and they were playing all of their films. And we went and we sat there in the Egyptian Theater in Seattle and watched back to back with like little breaks to get like food and some drinks, and then you come back and watch another movie like all day. And she put up with it. She was not only put up with it, but she was as much into watching those films as I was. And I was just like, oh my gosh, there's someone to actually like talk to about these movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
who doesn't think they're just crap, you know? You know?
Mm.
I found that a lot of, well, like the younger millennials and Zs, their attention span is so small that they can't watch movies like that. And it's not necessarily their fault. They just can't.
Hmm.
Get bored too fast.
Yeah.
And
well, my friend Nofrio and I used to analyze, because we made a couple of home movies and things like when we were in early college, late high school, early college. And we used to sit there and watch, like, even back then, what was like modern late 80s, early 90s movies and go like, like look at the pacing of Terminator.
Yeah.
And look at the pacing of, say, Return of the Jedi or something like that. But then you go back and look at something like Bullet. You know what I mean? And you're like, even go back just 15 years or 10 or 15 years and you look at Bullet and you're like, there are scenes where the cop pulls up in the car. They sit there on the car for like 20 seconds after it pulled up. And the guy is in the front seat doing something, but you can't really tell what he's doing, but the camera's rolling. And then he opens the door, gets out of the car, shuts the door, and they're far back. So you just hear like nothing. You know what I mean? You're like, I heard a door creak and a door shut. Yeah. And then he walks towards the building that he's going to go in, and the camera cuts. And it cuts to inside where it shows him opening the door from the inside. And he walks in the building and turns around goes around the corner to the left. And then they cut to down the hall. And they show him you see him way down the hall walking towards the camera. And they show the entire walk down the hall. Yeah. And you're going, so in the last 3 minutes, I've done nothing but watch this guy park his car, get out, walk in a building, walk down the hall. There's no dialogue. There's no music. There's nothing going on. I'm going, no wonder people get bored. Nope and I are sitting here going, no wonder people get bored. Bullet is a great movie. Bullet is fantastic. It had some awesome car chases. It like blew your mind when it first came out. Mm-hmm. But even rewatching it in like the early 90s, we were like sitting there going, my God, this is boring as hell. Like, how did people sit through this even at the time when, you know what I mean? Like, when you compare it to Terminator, that's like nonstop action. You know what I mean? You're like, we could clearly see even back then how movies are evolving to fit the shorter and shorter attention spans that people had. Because, like, imagine if you did that today. People be like, this movie's boring as hell. We sat there for 3 minutes watching a guy walk down the hallway. It did nothing. No music, no dialogue, nothing. You know, they'd be like, this is a crap film, you know? And you're like, no, it's got atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like, it was
the tone.
Yeah, it was trying to tell something back then. You know, like, I don't know. But that also is what gets my dad to walk out of stuff. You know, like I remember he walked out of Lord of the Rings and I was like, why'd you leave? Like partway through, I stayed and watched the whole film. He went across the street to Starbucks or something. Like, and I was like, why'd you leave? And he goes, well, I got sick of it. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, they all got together and then they walked and then they met up with a monster and they fought it. And then they walked and then they met up with another monster and they fought it. And then they walked. And then they met up with another monster and they fought it. And then they walked. And I went, oh God, I've had enough of this. He goes, I know what's going to happen at the end of this walk. They're going to run into another monster. You know, so, and I started laughing because it's like, I was like, that's nonsense. It couldn't. Then when like later on, when I had a chance to rewatch it, I was like, oh my God, he's kind of right. You know, like,
that's what I did wrong.
What are you building, John? What are you building, Chris? I didn't see
I'm
what you guys are building.
I'm finishing that Sesame Street
Oh yeah.
I have this
Oh, very cool.
Jurassic World. So there's a
Uh,
there's a truck, a four-wheeler, and a dinosaur.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Nathan Bowden, how you doing, my friend?
Hey,
John,
Nathan.
Andrew wants to know how Mark's doing.
Busy.
Yeah. Well, he's as good as can be. I'm not sure if Mark has told anybody what's going on, but I don't think he minds. So he had another scan, and Tuesday last week, it's been a week from now, a week ago, he got the results. We all went up. I went in the thing with him, and we got the results, and it wasn't good news. So the first round of this new experimental drug, he had 4 tumors, and 3 of the tumors were completely gone. They completely went away, and the large tumor got cut in half. So everyone thought, this is the drug, the miracle drug. It's working. It's called Padcev. And we were like, great. So another 3 months of treatment, we'll get a scan, and that last tumor should be gone, and and the doctors were even saying that's what they expected. And he would be cancer, he would have no tumors and be considered in remission. And then so we get there to get the results, and the doctor's like, well, that tumor didn't go away, and in fact there's 2 new ones. So now he's got 3 tumors, and so they're like, clearly something happened. Like, I don't know if your body gets used to these chemo and immunotherapy drugs, or I don't know how it works. Does maybe the cancer's like, haha, I know what's going on now, and I'll change my attack.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, when these things happen, because of the side effects of the medication, they can't keep you on it just to hope that it works again. So they're like, they took him off, and we have to go back to the Moffitt Center in Tampa, and hopefully there's another experimental drug that he can try. I don't really know what happens at this point, because radiation didn't work. The radiation got rid of the tumor in his bone in his leg, but it did not get rid of the other tumors. It didn't do anything to the ones in his lungs and stuff. Chemotherapy, standard regular chemotherapy, did nothing. Standard regular immunotherapy did nothing. And now this experimental drug called Padcev, which is like a combination of all that. And it has it has like a protein. Padcev has like a protein that what it does is it goes up to the cancer cell and says, hi, I'm cancer. Believe me, I really am cancer. And the cancer goes, oh, hello, nice to meet you, cancer. Come on in. And then when it gets inside the cell, it goes, haha, I'm really not cancer. I'm immunotherapy, or I'm this chemotherapy drug or whatever. Boom, and it blows it up from the inside. It's kind of like letting a vampire into your house. You know what I mean? And then it kills you. So yeah, that worked for 3 months, but it didn't work overall. And then so now, yeah, we just gotta hope that something else works, or yeah, the worst will happen, So yeah, it's hard. Mark's being a trooper, but I think he's kind of keeping some of this locked in because he hasn't really talked about it, and
yeah,
I just worry that it's, you know what I mean? Like, this is 2 years now, and how many times can you hear from the doctor, oh, this isn't working? Do you know what I mean? Before, yeah. It's got to get to you after a while, right? So yeah, we'll just hope Moffitt has something up their sleeve when we get up there. So, yeah.
So Nate, what are you up to?
I got my live stream coming up in a about an hour.
Nice.
So I just wanted to pop in.
What you guys talking about today? Do you have a plan?
More just keeping up with who's gonna wind up buying WWE.
Oh yeah.
Is it gonna be Saudi Arabia? Is it gonna be Comcast?
Comcast would make the most sense considering they had that big partnership with them not too long ago.
Well, they still have it. I mean, they're still they've had, because they've been with USA probably since I think the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And so now they've got their old streaming services on Peacock.
It's good that you actually popped on and brought this up, because I wanted to ask, like, when you, so if you you might not even know this, but I mean, so let's say that I want to become a wrestler, and I make up a character and a character's name, and it has a personality and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I join the WWE, do I own that character, or does the WWE own that character?
Well, it depends on. I mean, it's like business. If you can trademark it before you join WWE, then you own the rights. But a lot of times WWE specifically when you sign a contract, say once you sign that contract, unless you got really good lawyers and they really like you, they'll tell you that once you sign with them, everything about you is their property.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Even if you came in with it, I mean, depending on who you are, some people, they'll be like, oh, okay, we'll just let him keep it because it's better that way. But a lot of times they'll change you to a different character because they will have that intellectual property.
Gotcha.
And then that leaves you to be able to use the character that you came up with before in case you leave.
I see.
So,
because the reason I ask is because, like, what if some like I don't know what the situation is with, like, say, the characters we grew up with. So you got Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake, and Roddy Piper. Like, could someone today go, you know what? I want to make a cartoon with all these characters and have, Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan and, Roddy Piper, like, all in this cartoon going on an adventure together. And, like, would that be that, like, you'd have to go to the WWE and get the rights to be able to do that, like, option it with them?
yeah.
Or would you actually go to Hulk Hogan and go to the estate of Roddy Piper and the estate of Andre the Giant and have to get all their different permissions? Do you know what I mean? Like,
it depends on the wrestler, because some wrestlers have a Legends contract.
Okay.
And so they still, like Hulk Hogan, they have a contract through WWE where it's like anything, they can do appearances and show up in video games and whatnot. But there's other wrestlers who own their own name and whatnot, and they're not in the WWE anymore. But
Gotcha.
A lot of times, because there's some video games out there that are using people that used to be part of WWE but aren't anymore. But they've had to go to each individual person or their estate, whoever has the rights to them, and use them for that. So it's a case by case situation.
Because I was curious about it as, like, a standpoint of selling the WWE now. This has come up, like, the WWE is being sold. So I was like, could a media company, like, buy it? Like, say, Disney or Hasbro Studios or something. Like, could they buy it with the idea in mind that, okay, I want to turn this into like a movie franchise or
Yeah,
a series
yeah,
of cartoons or something, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And because I think that you could capitalize on especially the characters that like that we grew up with. You could have the Iron Sheik and a gang,
Like
of
the
wrestlers
like the old
Yeah,
against.
school
yeah,
cartoon.
yeah.
Like the old
Yeah,
school
yeah,
wrestling
yeah.
red
In a
cartoon.
sense, yeah, there was an old school cartoon, right? And you could have Hulk Hogan and them against, like there like two rival teams or rival gangs or something,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
And you could kind of do this and have an adventure or something like happen. And
yeah. Well, that's the thing is like, and at least not nowadays in wrestling, a lot of companies who have the money, or a lot of people buy these companies because of their videotape libraries.
or
Mhm.
that, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Those are and then you've got the IP.
re-release some of those old fights. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and so you look at like WWE. If they there's talks about Disney, um, like I said, Comcast, the people that bought it, UFC, Endeavor, who else? Netflix, Amazon. I mean, probably the biggest people are Comcast, maybe Disney, AEW, their rival.
Netflix and Amazon are pretty like that. I could see someone doing that in a streaming thing.
Yeah, I could see Netflix spending the money in order to get content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're also trying to get into the sports game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, they all want a piece of it. Like Amazon's trying to bite into the NFL stuff and all that real. You know what? I'll tell you from having my brother and my dad watching all the football games. The only thing that Amazon is doing by getting some of these games is pissing off the people who watch football games because they're like it's in some of these other streaming services that are grabbing like I think someone else has the rights to Monday night and someone has Thursday night and someone so they're like I can't watch the Monday games because I don't all it's doing is pissing them off. So I'm going. I think it's backfiring. I think it's backfiring for these streaming services because it's making
Amazon
them.
Has Thursday. I think
ESPN has Monday and Amazon has Thursday.
And then you've got between Fox and CBS, they've got different Sundays.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, most people I think nowadays probably have Amazon.
Yeah, yeah.
ESPN is, so long as you've got like cable, even like a basic cable plan, I think has at least ESPN. So,
in this household, we don't have any cable. We cut the cord.
Oh, me too.
At least like.
We just combined our Hulu and Disney.
Yeah, and that's how we got ESPN. Yeah,
that's how we have ESPN. Yeah. My only thing now is now that we have literally like a few days ago cut from DirecTV streaming. So trying to figure out how to get back and trying to get wrestling back. I have Peacock, so I can see pay-per-views, but I can't watch Mondays and Thursdays.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Or Mondays and Fridays. So it's like I'm like trying to figure out how to do that, but yeah, no, it's very frustrating right now because I've been a diehard WWE fan even when it was going through its most horrible years the last 20 years. And literally last 20 years, ever since he bought WCW, it's gone downhill.
Yeah.
And so I'm just, right now, just kind of, and WrestleMania is here this year. So I was planning on going, but depending on what happens with the company, it's like, I don't know. So yeah, it's it's fun time. It's fun time. He says sarcastically.
Uh-oh. Well, I just had a minifigure go into the black hole. Chris,
Dun, dun.
Chris, look on the floor near you. Maybe he appeared on your floor.
Mm,
I'm doing the exact same thing, trying to find a piece. I'm gonna
Like,
put a complaint.
It
I
fell.
didn't see anything fall.
It fell straight. It fell straight down, and now it's gone. Like I heard it hit the floor, and it's not
Nothing
on
hit
the
me on the-
floor. Like where did it go? Like how
Nothing hit
did
me
it?
on the head, so it's not over here.
So it had to have fallen through a black hole or a wormhole, and it's going to appear at one of your places. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Well,
there's no other reasonable explanation for where this could have gone.
maybe I can send this Lego TARDIS to go find it.
Yeah. Seriously, this is getting really weird. Like it's not.
So
Where
I
the
know
hell?
Chris is building Sesame Street. What's everybody else building?
I got this. Jurassic
lightsaber.
World.
Oh, nice.
He's done with it too. How the hell are you done with that already?
But the lightsaber, I'm not done yet. I lost a piece.
I was thinking that looked like a lightsaber.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, nice.
Luke Skywalker lightsaber.
I feel like I'm in the group. I'm the only person that's not as knowledgeable on Star Wars.
Oh, I'm not knowledgeable either.
Like, this is so and so's lightsaber. I'm like, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader.
Always the same bet.
But that Sesame Street, just a picture of that Sesame Street made me go, oh.
Yeah.
Oh
That's-
my
that's
gosh.
cool.
Oh my gosh, this is funny. So okay, so right to the side of me here is a little tiny tripod with a boom mic on it. You know, it's got it goes up a big pole, and then there's a boom mic. So the mic is right above me here, okay?
Multi-pants, okay.
All right.
Uh-huh.
So the tripod has 3 legs that come down and a pole in the middle that I can adjust up and down, right? The minifigure that fell on the floor landed so perfectly under that pole that from above you can't see him. Yeah. He's exactly under it so that he's like completely camouflaged. Like how did he land there? Well,
He's playing hide
hell?
and seek. He's playing
the
hide and
hell?
seek from you.
yeah.
wow. They must have enough coffee sets that they actually created a piece that has a coffee lid on it. With like one of those little things to push out. It's hard to see.
Huh.
Wow.
That's really starting to annoy me.
Uh-oh.
It's just too many small pieces.
You know, there's a complaint department.
I
He's right there in the middle.
know.
Yeah.
Top center.
Top center. I don't know.
Send all your complaints to
Yep.
1-800 super awesome geek show.
Ain't the freaking. I found one. Yay. Alrighty. Back in business.
Dang it.
I also wanted to say, I was going to say this on Sunday, and then I realized there was no show on Sunday. So I was like, wow. I woke up early. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I can be on the show today. And I was like,
I know.
And then I went back and looked at Rum's messages. I'm like,
Yeah. Had to represent the rum today, so.
there you go. I can see that little monkey lizard all the way from over here.
Yep.
But I wanted to say, Thousand Ghosts, thank you.
Nice.
That's
For
cool.
posting that out.
Ah,
For
Yeah,
helping me get to 600.
that is awesome. Also, I have a couple things for you. If on Instagram or Twitter you could DM me your address or somewhere I could send something.
Sure. I'll have my little friend here message you right away.
Nice.
I also, for some reason, keep building stuff backwards and then have to go backwards and redo it.
Oh, I put 2 pieces on the wrong way around, so I had to completely just take them apart here. Man, at Target, so I had to do a Target today, and I'm at Target. I was like looking at all the new Jurassic stuff, and I'm going, oh god, freaking! I gotta buy that. I'm gonna want to get that. I'm gonna want to get that. I was like, why'd they come up with so much new stuff? It's
Well, it'll all get repackaged because this year's its 30th anniversary, so it's all going to get repackaged again.
They have another new, the Jurassic Jeep, the open top Jeep. They have a new one of those for 3.75 inch, and I think you get Ellie as the figure with that. And then there's a new Robert Muldoon. There's a new Sam Jackson's character. I forget what his name was. And I was just like going, oh my gosh, there's all these cool figures that are 3.75 inch. And then there was another, there's the Trapper, like was it the second movie where the guy wanted to hunt the T-Rex? And
Yeah.
There's the Trapper vehicles. There's more Jeeps for that group that are coming with like a generic Trapper figure, like a, you know what I mean? So you get an army builder in a sense. Like, so I'm like, oh, they're even going that far as to making like I can make that whole, I got enough Jeeps now, and you had the one that came with the one guy Harper or whatever, I forgot what his name was, but that had the rope on it so you can get the Parasaurolophus and catch it with the rope, and he had that little seat that popped out the side of the vehicle. So it was like, dang it, they got all these cool vehicles and stuff, and their 3.75 inch was my favorite size, and that's like, oh,
John
so
Couch.
much.
That's pretty cool. What was your wrestler name? What'd you go by? And we're in Alabama because I have some family in Mobile.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know, but who is it? Destination Stone. I think each one of them used to wrestle.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
But like, I think Evie wrestled a little bit more than Dwayne. But yeah,
that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah.
So many fucking small pieces.
So if you do something locally like that, so like, is it similar to other sports, I guess, where you would, because you don't really do like wrestling in college and then get into like something like the AEW or the WWE or something. Do you, or do you kind of go up from like, you join one of those local groups and kind of move up through that, local to state to like, do you know what I mean?
So at least like for pro wrestling, they have a lot of different people. And so there's a lot of people who, when you look at somebody like Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, he was a collegiate wrestler.
Okay.
And then he won a gold medal in the Olympics before he went on to the WWE.
I got you.
And so, but he never was an indie wrestler. He never did any of that stuff. He went straight to, the top, the tippy top, and was a big star from the beginning. But then you get other people who were in the UFC. Ken Shamrock was in the UFC, and then he went to WWE. But you get some other ones that go into like indie shows and become bigger stars in pro wrestling than they were in the UFC. But some of the people who start off in pro wrestling, that maybe they did some high school, maybe some collegiate, they may transition into pro wrestling by going to a school and then after they learn how to do the pro wrestling style of wrestling, they will go on, use that school as a way. Like a lot of times, wrestling schools also put on matches, put on their own shows.
Yeah.
So you get recognized through there. You start doing multiple shows for multiple companies. Just try to get recognized by a bigger company.
Gotcha. So a lot of it is getting that name recognition out there and just
Yeah.
building a fan base.
And that's the only way you can really get noticed. And it's easier now with like the internet and social media. And a lot of companies, they want you to already have some kind of a fan base before they even bring you in.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, back in the day, it was you just had to like go to a bunch of shows and then hopefully it's almost like like baseball or something.
Like getting discovered in the past.
Yeah.
And then
John went to a training school and then wrestled.
Oh yeah.
I like Massive Havoc. That's a great name.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know, because it reminds me of Big John Studd, but he's like Big John Roberts.
Yeah.
So this has a bumper that it gets like bumped in. See, it pushes in.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
so that's interesting.
Hey, John.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I keep misspelling too many words, so I figured I'd jump in here.
There you go.
That's okay.
Yeah, there's no bigger wrestling fan I know than Nate here.
Me too.
I try.
I've been watching it since I was 6 years old.
Yeah. I watched it a little bit when I was 6, back when one of my biggest, I'm a big fan, kind of saw him, and he was bigger to me than Hogan, Macho, Sting, Warrior, any of them, was Junkyard Dog.
Oh yeah, the Junkyard Dog.
Like, he was always but then I stopped watching for a while and then got back into it in the early 90s, right before the Attitude Era and Stone Cold and The Rock and all that.
When I started watching it, I was going to the County Coliseum here and was watching Tojo Yamamoto, watched Bobby Eaton when he first started.
I remember Yamamoto. Yeah, I remember Yamamoto.
George Gulas.
Nice. Yeah, if you want to, you should come on later on today, because I'm not the biggest, like I don't know a lot of the earlier, the golden age of wrestling back in the 80s and 70s, but my co-hosts, they know them all, like especially and they're both down from down south, so they they are better knowledged in that area. So I'm usually good 90s and after. 90s to now. So, but yeah, no, I didn't even find out that my great grandmother was a huge wrestling fan until I had to pass away. Like my dad used to tell me every time he go visit her, she would always have some wrestling show on, and she tell him, "You better not change that channel. You gonna get hurt."
Hold on just a second. I'm gonna show you something.
So yeah, no, it was,
see, you guys go to your grandma and watch wrestling. When I went to my grandma's, I watched those 70s Godzilla movies.
Nice. Well,
she would always put on Godzilla, plop me and my brother down, and be like, "Now you guys be good in here. Us adults are gonna go talk." So we just sit there watching Godzilla while they did their thing.
Well, no, that's like, I always tell people, like, she may like wrestling, but my old man he loved like cartoons.
Oh yeah,
we'd always watch cartoons. What we got here? Oh, is that a singlet? I think he froze. Oh, there.
Yep. There's one. Another one.
Nice. Did you make those yourself? Or?
No, these were made by Exotic Adrian Street.
Okay.
I went down to his place and got them made.
Hmm.
Crap.
It was a
There
jacket.
you go. Nice. What is that? Is that like a tiger or a dragon or something?
Dragon.
Okay.
And then when they needed me to,
Oh, of course. Sometimes I know back then that a lot of times you had to do double, triple duty, breaking down the ring, being
Yeah.
referee. Oh, there you go.
oh yeah,
No, yeah. One of my co-hosts is in North Carolina, and he does some shows with a couple of wrestlers. He does a few shows, like he's like an MC for some shows.
yeah. I tried to do that after I broke my leg, but it got to be a pain to get places.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a open invitation. If you ever want to, just come onto the channel. I always post a link in the stream. Like I said, I'm doing my show in about half hour. So if you ever want to join,
All right.
talk about the good old days,
Oh yeah.
you know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where my mask and my boots are.
Mm.
So check this out. In the back of the booklet, they have an actual dinosaur size chart
Oh,
and
wow.
like what set you can get all the different dinosaurs in.
That's
This is,
funny.
and they did a cool like display in the
Yeah.
wild with all the dinosaurs for Lego. That's
That's
cool.
nice.
Like I would want just the dinosaurs. I don't want all the. You know what I mean? Like look how cool they look.
I wish Lego would do stuff like that, where it's just, let me just get a set of dinosaurs, or
Yeah,
set
or
of-
like we were saying, like a pack of minifigures or something. But
yeah.
check this out. So the reason the bumper moves is because, like, when the dinosaur goes, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," he can bash into it
And it popped off.
in the
Ah.
roof.
Cool.
The hood pops off. Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's kind of a neat little gag there. I like that. Cool truck. So the truck's done. It's got this high beam light on the side and can take off after the guy. You can take the little top off and put your minifigures in there.
You know, it's funny because a lot of those vehicles, I like to not put the stickers on just in case I use them for something else.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Neat little truck. Yeah, that's kind of neat.
That looks like the truck from looks like a Lego version of the truck from Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of.
And I like the Triceratops. This is a really cool dinosaur. Movable legs and
That's cool.
cool head move, you know?
Nice.
So yeah, really nice. So my favorite dinosaurs are Triceratops and Stegosaurus. So they need to do a Stegosaurus Lego. Oh,
Bless you.
Well, bless you.
sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. All right, guys, I gotta go.
All right.
See you, Nathan. We'll
See you,
pop
Nathan.
in.
Everybody pop over to Nathan's at 5.
Yeah, we'll pop in the chat here. little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember time zones. I'm like, what? I was like, oh,
Well,
yeah.
5 my time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
4
Right,
my
we're-
time, 7 East Coast time. So, yeah. It was great seeing you, Chris.
Thanks for popping in.
Welcome.
Bye,
Chip.
Nate. Bye, Nate.
Congrats on 700 again.
Yeah, congrats on the
Yes, congrats.
the milestone there.
Oh, thank you.
It's awesome.
Couldn't have done it without any of you people. You're wonderful, wonderful people. And like I said, got a stream coming up in about a little bit. So, when you guys are done here,
We'll pop in the chat.
Yeah,
We'll pop
definitely.
over.
all right.
Yeah.
You guys have a good
All right.
one.
Later,
That's
dude.
good.
See you guys
one.
later.
See you later.
Thanks for spreading your knowledge, man. I'm glad I got some of my questions answered.
Anytime. I'm always here to hopefully indoctrinate some more people into the world of wrestling.
Yeah.
I think once I send this box off to Dave's Dimension, he will officially start a new collection. I got him into Star Wars. Now I can get him in to wrestling.
Uh-oh.
Oh gosh. Another rabbit hole.
Yep. All right.
Poor
Bye.
Dude.
See you later, Nate.
Laters.
So how is your Sesame Street coming along there?
Well, it's sort of coming along. I am working on Mr. Hooper's store at the moment. But
Oh, nice.
Tracks.
Bert and Ernie's place is upstairs. I don't know who lives down here. I think Elmo. But yeah, I'm working on Mr. Hooper. But man, there's so many. Mr. Hooper's store has a ton of small pieces.
Wow.
Just making my eyes tired. It comes with Cookie Monster and Bert and Ernie and Big Bird and Elmo and Oscar. Has minifigs. So seem to be missing a couple pieces. I'm hoping once I put all this other stuff together, they'll magically be sitting here.
So, Chris, are those? What are those? Are those special edition pops? Are those all different series, or are they Marvel? Like, I'm trying to.
Like this is Disney.
Okay, so they are different series, but
Yeah, they're all different series. So you got Disney. They've done some Universal Monsters in the black light.
Oh, okay, so these all light up in a black light. That's
Yeah,
why
these
the
are all
box
black
is
light.
the black, and that's why the box is all funky
Yeah.
like that. Gotcha.
That's cool.
And then they've done a whole bunch of Marvels as well.
Yeah. And is that a Jack Skellington down there too?
They've done Jack and Sally.
God, okay, yeah, that was Sally and that's Jack. Yep. Cool. Oh, that's Oogie. Okay. Yep.
And then the mayor. So
but Jack.
Yeah, I was looking at them trying to figure out why the boxes were black too.
Yeah. I just wanted to know if there's special edition
being an
things.
elected
Yeah.
official, I can't make decisions on my own. Gosh darn it! How did I mess this up? Oh, I see.
Funko Pops always suck you back in. You can't get away from them.
Well, I don't know. I've got a video coming out tomorrow where you'll see another 30 I picked up, and I have a whole stack over there that are new. These are all new from Christmas. Up top, I've got a couple big boxes. Big discount had them on super sale, and so I ended up buying quite a few.
Oh, that's cool.
No,
I just got the Tiger Force Duke with
nice.
with the Tiger Force motorcycle. So
Oh, that's cool. Neat.
That's pretty cool.
Tiger Force is just awesome.
I wonder if they're going to do stuff that, people had a hard time really getting, like, that doesn't sit right. Oh, I see. No, I guess I don't. Like Night Force.
Yeah, the Night Force stuff. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. Well, I also wonder that about Star Wars. Like, so we have the Return. We have the Return of the Jedi coming out a little bit later this year, probably by the spring, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's six figures from the retro Return of the Jedi line from the old Kenner line being re-released as retro 5POA. So,
Yeah.
like in 1980, so that 1983 is when those came out, and now they're doing them in 2023. Okay. Well, the last set of original Kenner Star Wars figures was 1985.
Yeah.
So we had the we basically had the the 77, 78 stuff. We had the 1980 stuff. Now we got the 83, and so they've been doing it in the corresponding years. So it's like, 2017, 2020, 2023, so it's the corresponding years. So in 2025, are they going to come out with the 1985 last run of Kenner? So does that mean they're going to make like Han and Carbonite and Luke as a stormtrooper? And what does that do to the collecting market? Like, nobody has a big deal like if they release a Chewbacca because there's 10,000 Chewbaccas out there, and a lot of people just don't care. But right now, like a Han and Carbonite from Kenner is like a $200 figure.
Yeah.
So if they release it, do people like go, well, I'm just gonna get that one, and like the market goes down on the original? Like, I don't like, how does it, like, that could actually really have an effect on something. You know what I mean?
It would
I
depend
don't
on the
know.
collector, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The collectors probably want the original.
Yeah, but
Like, while I will pick up that as a separate piece, I would never put it in a collection of the original 93.
see, and I have mine all mixed in. You know what I mean? Because I do consider them the same figure, because it's kind of like the vintage collection. Like, I don't consider that two different series. There was a vintage collection that started in like 2008 and went through 2015. And then they took like a 5-year break and came back in 2020 and have been going ever since. You know what I mean? So I don't consider that two lines. They just took a break for 4 or 5 years.
Well,
You know?
they also kept those numbered, so their numbers didn't change.
Yeah, but
So they just added numbers. So I mean, there's a case for those, but they're not making new Star Wars figures. And the retro
they are.
lines were the retro.
They did for Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett.
Those aren't numbered as part of the series. If they started making the backs again and they added those as numbered figures on the back, I could maybe give that to you. But they're completely separate because they're not part of the original set.
I don't know. I have them in my cabinet as part of the original set, and now I consider, if you want to say you have every single Kenner Star Wars 5 POA figure, you have to have the stuff from the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, and you have to have Tarkin, and you have to have Luke as a snowspeeder pilot and stuff like that. Like,
And you have to have Rey and Poe and Finn and all those 5 POA figures.
Yeah.
well, no, those haven't come out as a Kenner figure though. Those were different card backs. Those were different series. You know what I mean?
So is the Mandalorian to a lot of people.
Not the ones done on a Kenner card back.
Sure they are.
In the Kenner style. Like those other 5 POA figures from like episode 1 and stuff, they're not done in the Kenner style. They're done in a more modern style. So they're a different line, you know?
Three of them. I see. Okay. I think it would be just by collector.
Because, like, I also consider the droids and Ewoks part of the Kenner line, you know? So that you got to have those as well to have a complete collection. Which is another thing. They were also 1985. So in 85, would they do some of the droids and Ewoks figures? As you know what I mean? Like, I guess they kind of did three of the droids figures already. They did what Boba Fett, 3PO, and R2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet part of the reason why they're redoing the figures, though, is probably so they don't lose the license of being able to make them.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
What do you got there? Do you got some like mini things? Like you got Iron Man, and is that Spider-Man on a little car?
Yeah, I had a couple sets that I had at work because
Like little
mini.
So
So at work, I have these little minifigures, a bunch of minifigures. So I ended up brought the little cars that they came in home. So, and then I just had a couple of extra figures. Because
who's the green? What's the green car for? Is that like a
the green car
goblin,
was
like the goblin or the scorpion or something?
Scorpion. Yeah, it was for a scorpion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mighty Micro. I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Iron Man and Thanos.
so I needed the figures for my collection at the office, so I just got the figures out of them that I needed and never put the cars together.
Gotcha.
So I'd already had these two figures, but the other two they're in my office at work. So anyway,
cool.
I'm just trying to. We might as well put it together while I'm sitting here.
Yeah, the only other one I have is I got the Lamborghini
Nice.
Countach.
My wife also ended up getting me. I don't know if you guys have ever put these together, little Bandais.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she got me this figure. So.
I got one of those, and it frustrated me to no end because did you look inside? I don't know if that one's going to be the same, but there's like 100,000 tiny little pieces, and I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to snap these together? I can't even see them.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't even see all the parts, and I gotta try and get that into here, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
See, I feel that way just looking at the pieces that Chris has done.
The Lego.
Yeah. I mean, look how small all this shit is.
Yeah.
It's just driving me crazy.
Yeah, like how can that many little tiny parts become a Boba Fett?
Yeah,
like it makes no sense. It's like, wouldn't there be like an armor piece for his leg that's that long? Like, why is it 600 little pieces? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. I did the C-3PO, and then I also did the R2-D2 with that and that Bandai, but or Bandai or however the hell you say it. But yeah, so my wife got me this one the other day. She's like, here, I brought this for you. Cool.
They're amazing when they're all done, though. I mean, they look really cool.
They look
There's
good.
Lots of articulation, and you can really set them up in a neat way. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. Finish this thing up.
I don't have nothing cool to look at. Just my little toys over here.
Yeah.
They're diecast NASCAR.
Oh yeah, Goodyear.
Oh, that's off of Chase Elliott's 2019 car.
Oh wow.
I don't have all the cool stuff in the background like y'all do. That's why I keep sitting here looking at, like, I'm looking in your background.
Stacks of boxes, you mean? Like, I gotta go through?
Like, I'm looking at the shelves trying to figure out what stuff is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of Yoda back there. That's what is going on.
I packed up pretty much all my. I had I got over 200 Star Wars Funko Pops and
Oh wow.
almost 300 124 scale die casts and
Oh, geez.
Wow.
about as many of the little ones. I put all that away because I started filling up all my cabinets with movies and TV series and all that good stuff. So I just went from one collection to another to another.
It's hard to pass up. I'm a sucker for like so Formula One, some of the hot like cars like Lamborghinis, Bugatti, like Ferrari, Corvette, and then I love the muscle cars from like the 60s and 70s and early 80s somewhat.
Yeah.
And so if I see those in like any of the small diecast like Hot Wheel size,
Yeah.
like I'm a sucker for that stuff. I'll just be like, oh, it's only a couple bucks. It's only $1. I'll get this. Or the movie cars like Batmobiles and the DeLorean, you know, any of this little Star Wars vehicles, especially if they're $1 on those Hot Wheels packaging. I'll just buy them up because I'm just like, it's just $1. I could, but then you get home and you're like, I've got like 50,000 of these. Like, what am I gonna do with them?
Yeah.
Saw what I did with them. I put them in a box and sent them to Blue Harvest.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
It's like, they're your problem now.
Exactly. So I don't care what you do with them. You can sell them. You can do whatever. It has a little entertainment center with a very small VHS tape.
Oh my gosh, that is cool.
That is cool. That's cool. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Really thought of things.
That
in
is
that one.
neat. A little VHS tape. That's so cool.
It is neat.
Oh, there's actually two. So there's one sitting on top.
Oh wow.
They don't have labels. They do have labels, but they don't say anything. So that goes here.
Some neat bits.
Okay. So then this. This. Yes. Jesus. Okay. And then this. This. My goodness gracious. I don't know if you should send me that castle, John.
What do you mean?
Thousands and thousands of small pieces that are all the same color.
What am I gonna do with it?
Drives me crazy. That I do have to try and figure out where I'm going to put. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet.
Oh wow, this is funny.
What's it?
So, is that in addition? So I'm looking at I put the ticket in the cart. I put the ticket in the cart for Universal. $260 for the couple days that you and I will be there.
Yeah.
And it then says, do you want to do Universal Express and skip the regular lines of participating rides and attractions? And it says the 2-park Universal Express Unlimited is $129.99 per pass.
Yeah.
So does that mean in addition to what?
Yes.
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 So that's a crazy amount of money. That's almost doubling the price.
Yeah.
Just wow. You didn't pay that, did you?
No.
No. Okay. I'll do the regular like you did. So we'll stand in line. We'll stand in line for 6 hours together to get on one ride, I guess.
I'm not an absolute huge ride person anyway, because Universal is someplace that likes to get you wet. So, and I'm not a big getting wet person. I do enjoy watching other people get wet, especially when they don't know that they're going to get wet. That makes me happy. But no, what the? Oh, okay.
But the studio side's as cool as it was when I was driving charter buses and took a group down there. They had some really interesting stuff, like they had twisters set up in a building, and that would get you wet.
Yeah.
And then they did the Psycho shower scenes stuff and a bunch of different Hitchcock stuff together to end that. And they, at that time, they had a Terminator 3D thing. You started watching the screen, and then the characters would end up on a stage. I used to love
Megatron.
I used to love driving charter buses because if I took kids to most amusement parks, they would let the drivers in free.
Nice.
Disney was the exception.
Yeah.
Where's Jurassic Park? So
It's on an island out in the Caribbean, isn't it?
So it says that so Universal Studios Florida has the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, including Diagon Alley, Transformers the Ride 3D.
Yep.
And it says if you go to Islands of Adventure, you will find more of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, including Hogsmeade, plus the Marvel area, including the Incredible Hulk coaster and Marvel's Spider-Man. So which one is Jurassic Park in? Because
Jurassic Park is in Islands of Adventure.
are they? Okay. Because I want to be sure to see that. Oh, here it is.
Or at least I think the Velociraptor one is.
Yeah, here it is. Areas to explore in Islands of Adventure. Jurassic Park, Hogsmeade, Marvel Superhero Island, Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls Ride, Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Barges, and the Jurassic Park River Adventure.
Get you wet.
And then if you want to go on a couple thrill rides to have a roller coaster experience, you can go on Hagrid's Magical Motorbike Adventure, the Incredible Hulk roller coaster, or Doctor Doom's Fear Fall.
Dr. Doom.
What, does Doctor Doom just drop you and you fall to your doom?
Yeah.
And it says Universal Studios has the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, including Diagon Alley, Sea Dragons, and more. Springfield, home of The Simpsons. And we can go to Jimmy Fallon, New York Studio.
No.
And then it says you can experience Despicable Me's Minion Mayhem and Transformers the Ride in 3D. And then their thrill rides, if you like roller coasters, are Hollywood Riptide Rocket, Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, and Revenge of the Mummy. Is that from like the Mummy movie series?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Fraser.
Yeah.
Fraser
So
Rock, yeah.
is Brandon Fraser going to be there?
He's in the ride.
Huh.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, it looks like I'll have so Universal and Islands of Adventure is what my ticket's good for. So
Yeah, those are the two main parks. The other thing's that volcano water park.
So are y'all doing that in the time when you're making the loop down to Nashville?
No, it's a completely different vacation. I haven't been doing too well the past couple of weeks. And so I decided to book a trip to Florida at the end of February. Just for a vacation to get away from the city and everything here.
Yeah.
and I'm going to drive up. It's 3 hours away from me, so I'm going to drive up and meet him for a couple days. Because I have never been to Universal Studios yet, so it'll be fun to spend a couple days with Chris, and we'll go through the Wizarding World and Jurassic Park together.
Well,
If you could put,
out in Florida in October.
you can put up with me for 2 days.
Yeah. You saw who I was with last time, right? How's this sit? I put this together wrong.
Geez, after taxes, it's $280. They charge you $20 tax.
Sesame Mall. I thought I was going to have this whole thing finished in this 2-hour stream, and I'm not. All these small flipping pieces hurt my eyes. But then bag 6 is like all the rest of this, and I don't see where there's more. Honestly.
So they don't reiterate the dates. Like I want to make sure before I say yes, buy it. I got the dates right and we're all set, but it's just like it doesn't
Surprise.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. It goes, do you have children? Add children to for a discounted rate. So my ticket was $260.99. It says the children's ticket for the same 2 days that I would be there is $256.99. $4? That's a discount? $4 is a discount. Okay.
Okay.
That's not really a discount. That's
No.
There. There's a cooler air conditioning unit.
wow.
Oh, that's cool.
And they either have spiders or bats. So apparently, the Count, that's his house, I guess. Not sure who was there.
His little apartment, right?
Yeah. It's tiring.
Yeah, I think you'll be building on that thing for a while.
Well, there's only bag 6 left. Well, there's not a whole lot in there. I'm not really sure what's left to build, because once I put this second level on Mr. Hooper's house, the store, there's not a lot left. There's this built area, I guess.
Well, you got street poles and other things, probably. Yeah.
That's true. It's a lot of accessories.
G-Force, I did that exact thing. I popped on, gave him a message, and tried to cheer him up. But, he needs some time, I think. He needs some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Playmobil, I don't think I'll ever put that together.
My Ghostbusters house and the Scooby-Doo haunted house are still in the box they shipped it.
I'm not that bad. I at least took them out of the box.
I looked at them to make sure they were the right thing, so they just went right back in the shipper box. I don't know where to put them if I build them. I don't know what to do. Well, guys, I'm going to go. We're going to get some dinner, and then I'm going to probably pop over and say hi to Nathan in the chat. But
well, hang on a sec. Let's show us your stuff again, your dinosaurs.
Oh, all right. So we got the truck that we built for Jurassic World, and it's got a little light on the side, a spotlight. And then we have Claire with her friend there on a 4-wheeler.
Cool.
With their carrot and a stick that they're going to feed to the Triceratops. And we got a Triceratops here who's really cool. And if he crashes into the car, the roof pops off the car.
That is an unnecessarily cool action.
Battle damage. Yeah, battle damage. You just push the roll bars in there, whatever you want, and it can blow up. So that's pretty cool. Neat little feature.
Yeah.
But you got a little guy inside driving. I'm a thug. And then he's got a dart gun on the back ready to shoot the dinosaurs. They're running next to it. Get him! Shoot him with the tranquilizer. And he'll be like, I don't think this tranquilizer's enough. He's too big.
You got anything going on this week?
I got a couple videos I want to shoot. I want to do a couple unboxing or showcase videos. I got a couple things to show off. And let's see. And then Sunday morning vintage, and then the Sunday Jeopardy show. So Gary's.
What's on vintage this week?
I haven't quite decided, but it might be Thundercats or somewhere in that vein. I wanted to do He-Man, but He-Man's over there.
Yeah.
And that would mean I'd have to get through all of this to clear out the space just to get to them. And I don't, because that's my walkway to the other half of the toy room. And right now it's full of boxes. So I don't even have a way to get to the other half of the room. So I don't think I can get to the He-Man stuff yet. That'll have to be a future one. So maybe Thundercats or Star. I want to do Starcom at some point. So we got a couple different options. I'll decide probably tomorrow and put up a thumbnail. But we got Gary's Grails for Sunday on Jeopardy. Maybe Kat. I got to talk to her to see if she's good this week. Maybe Peaky Arrow. If not, I might be asking Shadow if he wants to join for Jeopardy. Chip, are you up for it sometime?
Yeah, sure. We'll talk.
Yeah. And I know Gary's in for sure this Sunday, but we'll lock down in the next couple of days who the other contestants are.
Cool.
But I know Kat wants to be on one, Vader's girl, and Peaky wants to be on one, but it's just a question of which week they can get on.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, Chip. Let's see.
And anybody in the chat here, Rolando, you want to get on? You know, Gap, if you want to play. Blue Harvest Mark, if you want to play. You know, come. You're welcome.
How many more weeks are you doing it?
We are on. This week will be game 3. We need 6 first round games, so I need at least 12 more people after this week. So.
Okay.
Cool. Very good. So for me, I'm just going to be doing some unboxing of some Black Series. I got about 6 Black Series figures, so I'll be doing a little review on those. And then new comic book day, I'll probably head on over and pick that up. I have a couple of cool things coming up. I actually bought a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's actually with the first appearance of Spider-Man. It's
cool.
Kind of like mimics the cover. So it's kind of neat. So excited to get that in house, and that's about it, man. Just kind of do my thing. Play video games and hang out online with John and Mark and them. So yeah.
I got to get on with you guys at some point and do that.
I seen you on the other day playing.
I was on. My
Diablo,
roommate started playing. So I was dragging him around.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, definitely.
So. Mr. Couch, you got anything going on?
No, just still learning OBS.
Yeah, I'm going to start playing with that myself. So
I used to do a couple videos, but that I put up on my channel, but it's just gameplay. I'm not on it. This was actually the first time people out there actually see me.
Ooh, exclusive.
Because I got tired of misspelling words.
It's like a face reveal, right? Or what do they call that? You know, the
real name reveal.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, on my channel, I've got 4 or 5 videos I want to get out. A couple, I might just do one a day here for a little while, and then I might try and do these Lego things as a thing again, because I really miss playing with you guys on Sunday.
Yeah.
But apart from that, nothing else good going on. So thank you guys for coming on and hanging out and talking and playing Lego, and everybody who hung out and watched for a while. I really appreciate it. And until next time, catch you guys on the flip side.
It seems like Chris and I have a similar problem. Stack of boxes.
Yeah.
Stack of boxes. You know.
Yeah. Remember, I used to have a wall of toys back there.
Mhm. Yeah.
It still is, but now it's a wall of toys and then a layer of.
That looks like my living room.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right, guys. I will catch you all later. See ya.
See ya.
Later, see ya.
See you later.